For part 2 of the video, I'm going to show you how to create the drawing title block for the Lab 7 Sheet 2 pressure plate. To get back to this tutorial, you can watch part 1 of the video Lab 7 Sheet 2 pressure plate, the drawing file. So this is what the title block we're going to put it in, which is also similar to the PDF. Click on next topic. Now I like to set this up a little bit differently. I'm just going to go up to File and New and do a new drawing. So highlight, you can double click on it or hit OK. And we're going to bring in the top view of our pressure plate. I'm going to choose the first A size title block on ANSI, A-N-S-I landscape. There's a little preview of it. If you don't have that, you might need to turn on the box that says only show standard formats or display sheet format. Make sure your settings match mine. Hit OK. And that will load in your title block. I have my part file still open, so that automatically detects it. If you don't have your pressure plate here, click on Browse and navigate to where you saved your pressure plate and double click on it or hit Open. Alright, here we can place in any view. We want to hover over and find the top view. Okay, if I hover my mouse over it, it says top, so that's how I know. And if there's a box here you turn on, if you click on this preview box and hover over, you can actually preview it. Yep, that's what I want. Looks like this tutorial here. Okay, that preview box is handy. I'm going to click on it right there, click. Now you can see that ours has a lot more circles than theirs has. Okay, to finish out of this command, you can see the different views. It's kind of neat. We're going to hit either escape or hit the green check mark. To get rid of these extra lines, when I'm still my cursor inside the box here, see how there's a orange dash box. I'm going to right click my mouse. I'm going to go down to tangent edges and make it tangent edges removed. That just gets all rid of the fillet tangent edges. I'm going to zoom out so we can see a little bit more here. Alright, click on next topic. We're going to do a section view. We're going to pretend that we're going to cut this in half. So up top on my View Layout tab, click on Section View. We have 4 options: vertical, horizontal, and some other ones. We're going to keep it vertical. I'm going to move my mouse and snap it right to the center of my part. Click right there in the center. We have a couple options here. Do we want to arc it or offset it or do anything fancy with it? No, we don't. Just hit the OK check mark. And you can notice that it's actually backwards from what theirs is. And step 5, it says click the flip direction button to reverse this option. So over here on the left, we have a big button that says flip direction. Click on that. My arrows flipped, and so did the drawing. Go ahead and click to place that down. If this section AA is on top of your title block, you can just drag this front view, or the top view here, you can drag this view, hover over the box so you get the 4 arrows. So I have the 4 little arrows. I can click my mouse and drag it up and down, left and right, to make some more space. Next topic. Now we're going to do a detailed view on the part we just made. So up top on View Layout tab, click on Detailed View. Hover over and try to get right where you think the center of that slot is, and then you're going to click and make sure this circle fits everything inside like that, and then you get a detailed view. You can see right here we have a detailed view. I'm going to stick it about there. Detailed B, scale 1:1. And their scale's a little bit different. It doesn't matter. they recommend that we save at this point. Let's go up to the floppy disk, save or Control S. And since SolidWorks is pretty cool where it automatically puts in the part file name as our SolidWorks drawing file. So since I named the part file pressure plate lab 7 sheet 2, it automatically detected that. I'm still in my desktop on my SolidWorks folder, but notice I only see other SolidWorks drawing. SLD SolidWorks DRW drawing. That's what it stands for. Hit save. Next topic. Alright. We're going to click on the model view on our view layout. So go to the view layout tab. Click on model view. That's how you can load back in. My part's there. I can just double click on it or browse for it. And this time we're going to bring in the isometric view. The isometric one is the angled one right there. Hover over it, isometric, click on it. I still have preview on, so I can actually preview it and see, yep, that's what theirs looks like, except under display styles, I want to choose the 1, 2, 3, 4th option. And if I hover my mouse over, it says shaded with edges. We want to have shaded with edges, and I'm going to place that right there, right on top. You should be able to fit it so you have enough space between the title block and your arrows, and the arrows and the model view that we just put in. Next topic. This shows you how to draw the center mark, but the way I did it, and maybe it's a newer version of SolidWorks, the center marks are already in there by default. So we can actually skip this step. But just to show you, well, let's skip it. Next topic. On our section view, we need to add a center line. So go to the annotation tab, click on the center line icon, and click on the, I'm going to zoom in so you can see each edge of the slot we made, top and bottom, top and bottom. And let's add one for the detail view too. Click on the top and bottom of the detail view. I think they even have one in the center here. We can click on this and that one to put a center line down the center of our part. Click on next topic. Alright, we're going to start putting dimensions on here. You want to make sure we're in MMGS. I'm not. I'm still in the center line tool. I can hit escape or the green check mark, either one. Make sure you change your units if you haven't already from IPS to MMGS. Millimeters, grams, and seconds. They're showing you how to do that going up to the options icon. This is kind of the old way to do it. Document properties tab. Unit, and you can change it to their MMGS. This is another longer way to do it. We can also have a lot more. By default, it's 2 decimal places, and we could change that to be multiple decimal places, and a bunch of other settings. There's all sorts of settings you can change in here. Go ahead and hit OK. Alright, so we're on MMGS. Turn on Smart Dimensions. And I'm going to put these same 4 dimensions. So I'm going to click on the center circle here on the edge of it. It should turn orange. Click on it. And drag it out and place it down. Now mine looks different than the sheet because I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to move this view over. Now to move this over, hover over it so you get the 4 little arrows. And you can click and drag it over. I'm going to put more space here. And we should change this to ANSI. I'm going to go back to my options icon, document properties tab, and ANSI. Let's try ISO and see if that changes the style. It does. Okay, I might have done that too fast. Let me show you. I went to the options, document properties, and at the top here, I set my SolidWorks up for the default ANSI, and we can change it to ISO, which will give you this style of dimensioning. It's not important. I don't really care which one you use. Click on Center Smart Dimensions. All right, we need to do this inside circle here. Place that down. Do the outside circle. It goes about there. And do the outside big circle. And we'll put that guy about right there. All right, turn on Smart Dimension. I'm going to put in my fillet here first. I'm going to hover over the curve in here, click on it, drag it out, and place it about there. For the 7 millimeters, I'm going to click on the left and right vertical lines, place that out a little bit here to the side, 7, and 37 is the bottom and top, or far left, far right. Put it over top. Make sure there's space here. They're not over top of each other. I got my 0 decimal places showing, and that's fine. They don't. That's okay. Next topic. We're going to select this dimension right here. It says 25, diameter 25. Click on it so it's blue. I'm still in Smart Dimensions. Click on the diameter 25 so it's blue. Down here on the left where it says Dimension Text, I'm going to click in here and turn on the cap box key on my keyboard. Hit the space bar and type in THRU for through. Okay, then I'm going to click on my diameter 15, go to my dimension text on the left, click at the beginning of it, and do a 6. I'm going to turn off caps, so I have a lowercase x in space. Notice that they move and shift, and what we can do is we can just drag them and force them back into place. I can move this over a little bit so we have more room. Click on the diameter 27, and again at the beginning, click in dimension text, 6 lowercase x space. Click on your screen to deselect it. I guess we should wait to move them until they're all done. And that's it. We can fill out our title block, hit escape to get out of our smart dimension or turn it off. Right click on your title block and go to edit sheet format, and there should be a text box you can find in the middle of the title here, and double click on it in the center. And I'm going to change my text font size to 12 points and type in your name. Another thing you can do, is that 12 points? I'm going to double click on this again. No, it didn't change it. 12, there we go. One thing you could do too is the drawing number automatically defaults to whatever you named it. I'm going to double click on this one, so everything's highlighted, and change it to 12 points also, and click off of it. And you have to click off of everything. Then up top you can click on the kind of exit the sheet format, click on that little icon there. If it doesn't show up, sometimes that icon's missing, you can maybe hit the escape key, and there we go. You can save this, file save, and we can also save it as a PDF. File, save as, where it says save as type, click on the drop down, choose PDF, and you can hit save and save it as a PDF, and then you can upload that back onto D2L Brightspace up in the Dropbox at the top. And this is Lab 7, so you would upload it to the Lab 7 location. All right, good job.